Hey everyone, welcome to the stream. Today we are going to be looking at how to create cinematic soundscapes inside of Reaktor. So if we open up Reaktor, we're going to start from scratch. You can see that we go to our panel at the bottom, we open it up, and there's three different options here. One is to use the play option. Another is to use the patch option. The first one is play using instruments inside of Reaktor that come pre-built. The next is patch, where you patch in modular synths. And the last is the build section, where you can build custom synths, samplers, and effects. Today we're going to use the build section to build out our sound design modular synth. So in this live stream, we'll build a cinematic soundscape using Reaktor, and I'll showcase a few blocks that we're going to be using. So without further ado, let's get into it. And today we're diving into building that cinematic soundscape. Whether you're into sound design for film, games, or ambient music, this session will be a quick look at how to create rich atmospheric textures with just a few simple blocks, and let's jump right in. So we've opened up Reaktor to the ensemble level, and we'll start building out our foundation of our soundscape. We'll use two layers, one for texture and one for tone. So we're gonna add our first layer. We're gonna go into the library section. There's three different sections inside of Reaktor. One is to play, the player section. One is your library, and lastly, it's the files section. When you click on the info tabs on the right side, you can see and show the info tabs, the information that's in the section. So this is our player section, which has instruments and effects. Our next section, which has our library, which is our factory content, which is installed from native instruments. And lastly, the last section is our samples and effects. So we're going to go into the player section. We're going to add it in ourselves. Our first section, first things, actually in my library, I've installed some upgraded or additional blocks that we can use. These can be downloaded from another source. I'll definitely be dropping that link for you guys in the comments section. And this is, we need a noise module. So we're going to go into blocks, the core blocks I've installed, and we're going to look for it. So if we go back into the core blocks, okay, so inside this pack there's some blocks that I want to use. Let's look for the noise. Let's look through and see if we can find a noise generator. We got a noise. We can close that. We can add in our next ones, which are util, oscillator, that's a bento box oscillator. So now we can start our build. So we've added in our oscillator, and we'll go to a sine wave, which is already on right now. We've added in, and it's now on a sine wave. The next thing that we'll do, this is to add a smooth, like, tonal layer. And sine waves work great for ambient sounds, by the way, because they're pure and don't interfere with other tones or textures. And there's only really one fundamental in this sound. So I'll pitch this oscillator down to give it a bassy sound and an atmospheric feel. So let's put it down like 2 or 3 pitches, maybe a few. Then next, we're gonna shape the sound with filters and reverb. So we've set up our noise and oscillator layers, and we're gonna shape the sound. So let's just go through that. Let's add in our util note in. Just giving us pitch generation, and then we can go out to check. A little bit loud. So let's turn that off for a minute. And let's go out. Turn it back on. It's a little bit loud. Let's mute that, and then we'll keep going. So now I pitched down my oscillator, added in my noise, and now I'll add in a state variable filter to shape that sound. So we'll bring in a filter, and we'll shape up our sounds. Put that next in our chain, and go out through our low pass noise generator. Let's try something else. Let's see if we put a sine wave. Do our noise. Okay. Delete that wire. Let's just connect it straight to here. Straight to our high pass. And remove the reset. Let's see. Let's go down to delete wires. Oh, we're missing a connection. Okay. Let's connect it to a modulation. And then we'll delete this wire. Oh, and then connect in through our filter. See if we get any of that noise. Yeah, we're getting some noise through. Okay. Next. Let's keep going with the build. And now we're going to add in our We've added in our filter resonance, and now we'll just add a little reverb block to get some reverb on it. In the player section, we'll grab some reverb. Okay, we'll add in some reverb here. And then once we've got that reverb in, let's test it out. Okay. Okay, so now we've got a solid foundation going, and now we can add in some more modulation. So we're going to add an LFO block to our oscillator to get that to start moving. So let's modulate our LFO. Okay, and we can modulate the rate and depth of our LFO with that, and we can also experiment. So I might move around the actual noise generator so that we can see where we want to put it. So this is our textural layer. So let's add it first in the row. You can add it any way you want, but let's add it first. So we're gonna put it here and add a textural layer here. So now we got a cool, like, textural kind of layer. Let's reorganize our panel real quick. Oh, doesn't look like it moved them right now, so that's fine. That's completely fine. So now we've got some kind of textural sound that can be playing in the background. Feel free to experiment with this and make it your own. So we built kind of a cinematic soundscape that we can use in different textures or environments with a few blocks in Reaktor. And we started with a noise oscillator and added in a regular bento box oscillator and added a filter, some reverb, and finished with some modulation to keep it moving. If you enjoyed this and want to see more quick Reaktor sessions, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if there's any specific things you'd like to cover or you'd like me to cover in the next stream. And thanks for watching, and happy patching. See you next time. Peace.